Oh yeah. Just get on board. Hear me now. People, get ready for the train to come. Picking up passengers from coast to coast. All you need is a little faith to hear the deeds or humming. Don't need no ticket, just get on board. People, get ready for the train to Jordan. Picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board up. There's room for all among those loved the most. I believe, oh I believe, I believe, oh yeah, yeah, I believe, oh you don't need no ticket to just get on board. Hear me now. Just to save it alone. The pity of those chances grow slimmer, for there's no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. So people, yeah, 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 yeah.
2, 3, 4.
I was born by the river in a little tent, and oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard to live it, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause who knows what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming. I know, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. And then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please. And he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Whoa, there've been times that I thought, whoa, I would last too long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna gonna change. It's gonna change. Oh, yes, it will.
BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports contests and events with first-to-market odds and lines. What's up, y'all? It's your man, Lloyd Spence. And listen, all you got to do is find your reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf, all at betonline.ag. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. So, head to BetOnline today and use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BELIEVE50, B-L-E-A-V 50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. It's BetOnline, it's where the game starts. Tell them the Noisemakers sent you.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Popcorn World. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in a bag of a can. I can make it round the world with the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. To a 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. That's that popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
What's that saying? Breaking down the rumor and swelling out. Speaking for the people who was around. Taking truth to power with a whisper and a shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Hey yeah, say it again, say we're talking noise. Yeah, talking noise. Really don't have time to fool around. Number noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sound that you hear is the sound of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the time. We're talking noise. Yeah, talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise.
Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, daily podcast. We welcome you tonight to the love of the Lord. We just want to have a good time with you tonight. Go ahead, grab your church fans and your Bibles and your tithing envelopes. And yes, this is the time of tithing. We want you to just embrace the moment that we're in right now. We want you to just give an opportunity to have a good old time and get involved in the debate time of the night. Make your comments in the chat section. Like, follow, and subscribe everywhere you can, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. And let's just have a dandy old time here on Talkin NOIZ. We thank you, white organist, and your lovely wife. Love each and every one of you. Let's just have a good old time. There's this lovely wife right there. She's a little thick. I can't get around her. But there you go. Let's just have a good old time. God bless you. There it is.
Wow.
What are you wilding about? What you wilding about? You know white guitars.
I mean, do you have to show the wives of your musicians?
She's new. I want people to be able to recognize her.
You didn't show a picture of him.
I don't have a picture of him yet.
What?
He's gonna play. Everybody knows who he is. Don't nobody know who she is. If she don't play, how you gonna know who she is? You don't like black women, do you? I see what's going on here. It's okay, Mama knows. Everybody can't be liked. What?
I don't like black women and I'm a black woman? What is wrong with you?
Listen, not everybody that is a certain race likes that race.
Like Herschel Walker. But, you know, that's
my point exactly. You made my point for me.
But you dare not put me in the same category.
I'm not saying you Herschel Walker-esque.
Yeah, but you said, you know, you don't even like black women. What kind of foolishness is that?
Well, every time we show these two
no, I just said, why do we seem like we particularly
don't have pictures of what you know what? Hold on, let me text white organist and tell him to send over a picture. Or white guitars. You got me confusing it.
Anyway, good evening, noisemakers. Happy okay, we can read your lips and we can see you. Anyway,
are you confused? You don't know what to say? You lost?
I'm sitting there reading your lips and wondering why you looking over the top of your.
Because I was talking to our daughter.
We all know, and we're all
on the other side of the
close your screen, sir, so we don't have to read your lips.
What did I say that you could see?
You said, "Why are you running the ice maker in the middle of the podcast? Don't you see that we live?"
Did you just out me?
You said what I say.
You can't do a crime with you at all. You are terrible.
Can read lips.
You are the worst ever.
Okay,
noise maker. Don't do a crime with Mama Noise. She will out you.
Well, that's right, because I am an honest person.
If that's what you want to call it.
I'm not criminal minded. Now you want to be nice to him. You know what? I was going to go back and give a hug to my babies because you just done blew the smoke.
I ain't done nothing. Be quiet.
We're live.
You're live. Doggone it. You are live.
Oh my gosh. We're live.
Anyway. Oh, it's for you. That's why you over here. She's giving the ice to you.
Oh, she was trying to make a thank you. I didn't even request this.
That is just, you know what? That's the real problem is.
Oh, because you got chastised for the ice. Don't worry, Mama loves you.
That's who the real problem is. It's you.
Just hand me that towel right there, sweetie.
You're the problem.
Good girl.
You're the problem.
Thank you, sweetie. She just wanted to do something nice for her mother. What's the problem here?
You're the problem.
I am
the problem.
Mother. You know how you always say, I am father, I am mother. Oh, thank you for the kiss.
Really? You gonna give her a kiss? Really? Really? That's what we're doing today? We milking it now?
Oh, Lord, look. Well, I'm telling you, the jealousy is real.
Get off me. Get off me. Get off me.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, really? Goodness gracious.
I don't see no drinks, though. This house. Now, all of a sudden, wow. Now she brings me a drink with just no ice. I don't want no ice. Don't do nothing else. Just Go to the other room.
Oh my gosh.
This is how we start the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
It's cold-blooded house here, boy. Mama Noise, you spoiled. You got these kids. They need to be paid more than what you paying them.
You know what? I gave them almost my life.
Nobody want to hear that story.
To bring them.
Nobody want to hear that story.
No charge.
Whatever.
All of you gospel.
And
folks.
I gave a lot too.
The nights that I carried you.
I gave a lot too.
And no charge. No, okay.
I gave a lot too. I was like,
yeah, you gave 60 seconds.
Man, 60 seconds? Did you say I gave 60 seconds?
No, I'm saying, is that's about how long it takes? Isn't it?
You trying to say I'm a 60-second brother?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm just saying.
That up,
no, okay. Well, let me clean it up. I'm saying the men's contribution is just,
That's not cleaning it up.
No, I'm saying that men, you got that's your, you ain't got the 9 months, you ain't got the stretch marks, you ain't got the doctor's visits. All you got is your contribution.
It's longer than 60 seconds.
Okay, 60 minutes.
Okay, that's better. Man, got me out here in these streets looking crazy. You don't even be hearing it. What is Jay Joyner talking about? Where are you?
See, here he go.
You don't know what you're talking about, Jay Joyner.
Jay Joyner, put your words together. Not separate, your words.
Because he's supposed to be on the screen. And so that's why the computer's
see, when he puts it in the chat, it's separate words, separate post. I got to try to translate.
This type of skills are trash.
Do you have Mississippi translating skills?
That escalated quickly. I didn't see that.
I'm saying because I didn't understand the translation. Maybe you could translate.
That escalated quickly. I didn't see that at all.
He cussing in the chat. You know what is happening right now? I don't know what.
Get out of the chat, Kieta.
Okay, you want us to ignore Jay Joyner? Okay.
No, I didn't say that. You ain't gonna get out of chat. I don't know why. I don't know why I suggest that to y'all. Y'all ain't gonna get out of chat. You niggas are gonna be in the chat. Good evening, noisemakers. It's good to see you. We're gonna have a good show, despite Mama Noise's slave driving ways on these kids.
Now wait a minute.
Despite her inflammatory remarks toward me, we're gonna have a good show. We're gonna have a good show, despite all that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Noise.
Mm-hmm.
I told you not to roll your neck. We talked about this.
I didn't roll my neck. I rolled my eyes.
No,
you don't understand the difference between rolling your eyes and rolling your neck?
But your head was moving slow at the same time. Like
that's how you roll your eyes. Don't roll your eyes without moving their head.
No, it is not. You're making an attempt to try to roll your eyes and
neck. You understand what rolling your eyes means? You roll your eyes.
No. You be trying to turn your head at the same time.
Because I'm a dude. I'll roll my eyes. What's up, Chad? You don't know where to go with this show today. You just upset me.
Oh, I'm sorry, boo.
I don't hear about
you. Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Kiss.
Woman, go hide thyself.
Wow. Not go hide thyself. Not that one.
Good to see everybody else except for Mama Noise. Just wrong.
Everybody else except Mama Noise. Today.
If you haven't already picked this up, go pick this up. It's the What Jay Say book, a collection of poems by young Justice Killebrew, a young man who lives his life out loud and does it in a way that is amazing and incredible in every possible way, and does it through the lenses of autism, but it still does it amazingly. So go get the book. You can get it on Amazon.com, wherever books can be sold, but for sure it's on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
Go get that book. as soon as possible. A couple of church announcements real quick. You know, we got the 5 tomorrow night, and we will be making our official college and NFL predictions, as well as Believe in the ACC on Thursday morning, where they will be doing that. We will be making our ACC predictions. And I think this weekend, I think Friday, we're going to have an update, a celebration of the episodes, amount of episodes that we've done to this point. And I'm still getting an official tally on those episodes, but I think we all going to be impressed when it's all said and done, because we are really done something here at Noise Media and Entertainment that is not often done on podcasts. Podcasts don't really make it to the number that we've achieved to. And the fact that we have committed ourselves to do this every day, practically every day, and we have gotten to this place, it is quite something. So I think we're gonna celebrate that on Black Friday, in addition to, you know, regular Black Friday stuff. But I just want to also leave to the peoples, because we're making this a special week. If you'd like to make a donation to your favorite podcast, feel free to do so. All you got to do is just go to the Cash App and hit the Cash App up and send that on through.
Ding 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 ding.
And that'll be a blessing, and we will continue to bring to this every day.
And let me be clear with that. You know, when you say give a donation,
You felt like that wasn't clear?
Yes, but I wanted to add my little love on it. My little love on it is, you know, most people feel like, you know, I would like to make a donation to the podcast, but because I feel like, you know, and I accredit that to a lot of different.
You say credit?
I said accredited.
Yeah, the word is accredit. It's not credit.
I went back and made the correction. Thank you, Craig.
Credit is like a website or something.
Thank you, correction, Craig.
Okay.
Is that you know, in some places they make you feel like if you're making a donation, it's got to be of a certain amount in order to make the donation. And I just want to set the folks free. Any donation you want to make to the podcast is very much appreciated. I don't want you to feel like, well, I don't have this or I don't have that. Listen, the podcast, every little bit helps. So
more people free.
I just want to tell you guys that thank you so much in advance for your donation to your favorite podcast.
Set my people free.
That's my love.
I'm back. I'm just checking you out, listening to what you're talking about. You know.
Okay. Well, you know, that used to be a problem for me. I would be at some type of event or some type of nonprofit or something like that, and be feeling like, oh, I want to give a donation, but I'd be like, okay, the way my checking and savings is working.
Are you under the impression that you should probably live this out loud right now?
I'm just speaking the stuff that somebody's thinking out loud.
I mean, you think people are thinking that out loud right now?
I absolutely do.
Right in the middle of our podcast, that's what they're doing. They're not even focused. There he is. Them glasses on. What's up, Jay Joyner, aka Cuz Noise?
What the hell you for, Mama? No, what's moaning for?
I'm trying to figure out why you got them
like one
big glasses.
Sound like one of them old Baptist. These are prescription. I have to have more. Y'all want this old bright ass light?
That is prescription. Are those yellow in shapes of hearts?
Because y'all claim y'all can't see me when I don't have a light on. Then my smile. We can't see you.
Are you really gonna sit here and tell me those are prescription?
These old bright ass lights. I got to have something to block the light.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. We appreciate it because we really can't see you. You are a dark human being.
Well, I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. You can kiss my dark ass.
What I gotta be about all that?
Did you hear what I
I
just
didn't say you wasn't. Listen, I didn't say you wasn't
sexy.
I didn't say you wasn't sexy. I just said you're a dark human being. You one of them chocolate brothers.
tell me how sexy I am.
He don't need you to tell
You
him.
one of those chocolate brothers. You know how it is. But you're sexy though. The women love you.
No, I don't need that. I don't need that.
The ladies love girls that love me.
Damn them ladies.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't. He talking
That
reckless.
don't even sound like that's not even Jay.
I got the one I want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. That's not true. You wanted Halle Berry.
Yeah, I do.
You said you wanted Halle Berry.
But whoever I get from this point on, she gonna be shit out of luck because I ain't got nothing else left.
I believe that.
I do believe that. I actually do believe that. I believe actually 100% on board with what you just said. I believe that's true.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you though.
Good to see
Despite
you.
the fact that you are, you know,
God is good.
Yeah, God is good. God is a good God. Yes, He is. God is a good God. Yes, He is.
Listen, I just want to give this public service announcement.
Talk about it.
All you mother hubbers out there that so desire, dream, and want home ownership, y'all better think about that shit twice now.
What happened? What?
Give it a second thought. Everybody that could buy a house shouldn't necessarily buy a house because this shit here ain't cheap.
Oh wow, this escalated quickly. What happened that's got you in your feelings?
I just want to let you know, if you're paying rent, shit, keep paying rent.
What? But I'm trying to understand what happened. So,
if you're living for free, count your blessings.
Oh wow, this is escalating really fast. This is escalating really fast. I didn't see it's coming along.
This home ownership ain't cheap. Them Wahites came out today in 2 different ones and told me I got to replace my AC units.
The home ownership people told you this?
I say them Wahites. I ain't saying about no home ownership people.
Well, who else is it that's got the authority to come and tell you that you need to replace your air conditioning units?
Because the shit ain't no good.
Well, now, ones, that's different.
Oh, you saying it ain't working?
You know, I thought I was talking to people that was halfway intelligent. I didn't know I was talking to a couple of dummies.
Wow, why we gotta be dummies though? Why can't it be just a guy who can't explain shit right? Because you started with home ownership organizations and then went into they told me. So the natural implication and indignation of the moment has led us to believe that you were saying that the home ownership people were finding your black ass.
You're continuing to talk because you know you just fixed that lie to fix your story.
I didn't fix nothing except the truth,
sir. There's no home ownership organization.
Mama Noy, did you not walk away with the home ownership? Mama Noise, did you not walk away, Mama Noise, without looking at anything other than the screen? Did you not walk away from his initial discussion of this thing, thinking that it was the home ownership people that find him? Yeah. Thank you. It wasn't an error. It wasn't an error in intelligence, sir. It was not an error in intelligence, sir. It was just a jacked up Mississippi level explanation.
I didn't know I was talking to a couple of dummies. I didn't know.
Well, listen, people in Mississippi do think other people are dumb, but we're not the ones that use 4 S's to spell one word.
I did hear country dumb before. I heard that phrase.
Right. Somebody from Mississippi calling somebody else dumb is the equivalent of somebody from being homeless.
Believe that somebody can come to your house and tell you, sir, you have to replace your air conditions. Who in the fuck?
Don't they tell you to cut your grass? Don't they tell you to cut your grass?
They tell you to race the league? Everything else.
Don't they tell you to get them cars out the street? Don't they tell you all these other things? You know what?
Move on to a different subject because
you know what? That Jay Jordan know how to change a narrative when he want to meet his argument.
Think about what you're saying.
So just because they don't tell you to change your air conditioner, all of a sudden we the crazy one. But they tell you if you park 10 cars,
you believe a homeowners association can tell you, sir, your air conditioner is not meeting code. You got to change your air conditioner.
Well, let's find out.
First of all, let's go over the fact of how many times you've told us the things that they have the authority to do.
Mama Noise. Don't talk logic to this.
You believe that
don't talk logic to a
is
man
one of
that
those things.
is not capable of logic.
We're not homeowners, so we have to take your word for it.
Well, goddamn it, shut up and listen.
We
were trying to listen to your raggedy explanation, and it didn't make sense. That's why we said what we said.
Hurry up and make your
point. It was raggedy.
Mr. Homeowner, go ahead and tell us.
It's a raggedy ass.
Why we need to stay renters. Y'all need to stay up.
So the reality of my story is, before you niggas jumped out there bare ass and made asses out of yourself.
We didn't do nothing but we didn't do nothing but follow the head ass. That's all we did.
My home.
And we not followed your ass. We've been
my home is 20 years old. So whenever you've
been living there for 20 years?
Mama Noise, now you just interrupted.
Yeah, you're still doing it.
Yeah, now you interrupted for no reason. Now you gotta stop. You gotta let the man talk. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
My home is 20 years old. Now, Mama Noise, that don't mean I've been in the home for 20 years. It just means the home is 20 years old. So the AC units are 20 years old, and they're no longer efficient.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind putting my business out here on Front Street because I ain't got no business. I'm as naked as a jaybird.
No.
This month, I think I might have told the story. I don't know. We don't know. I'm gonna tell you right here, right now. Mm-hmm. This month, September 1st, my light bill for my house, $1,200.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on. What? What happened? I'm sorry.
$1,200 light bill this month, September 1st.
What are you doing wrong?
What is on?
Are y'all pulling electricity from the sun? Like, what are y'all like?
Goodness gracious!
The problem is
they're trying to light up a factory. What are y'all doing over there?
The problem is we went through a hot spell here in Texas.
Was that hot spell hell?
Well, it was hotter than a mother hubba every day, and my AC units are not efficient enough. They are. When the house was built, builders put in the smallest that they can put in order to pass inspection or whatever, and no longer efficient. So they're working their asses off trying to keep this house cool, and my light bill is $1,200.
Oh, you need to repent.
So we've gotten people to come out and give us different estimates because what we ain't gonna do is keep paying that kind of money for no damn light bill. Now, for those of you from the city, that's you may call it the electric bill, but back where I'm from in the South, we call that the light bill.
What the?
Well, because y'all country and as you said earlier, dumb as hell. So I get it. I get that part.
I just didn't want there to be no confusion out there.
No confusion whatsoever. We know what Mississippi is.
Or you need to get one of those home inspectors to come out and try to figure out why the energy in your house why is it costing that much to run the power in your house?
I just told you. My AC units are not.
That's the only thing?
Well, I mean, when you're in an older home, you also have older windows. So that could be a part of the problem too. You need to change your windows. So
your whole house needs to be treated is what you're saying.
Well, I started off the speech, you mother hubba, with
gotta be all that, man.
The public service announcement. With the public service announcement that home ownership ain't for chumps.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Just because you having a bad energy day, don't bring this shit to me. I ain't done nothing to you.
So I said to those of you that are paying rent, hey, you might want to think about keep paying that rent. Those of you that are living for free, hey, thank God for your blessings one by one. Because home ownership ain't cheap. That's
Well,
all.
sound like you taking one up the pipe is what it sound like to me. I mean, and that's rough because nobody wants to take it up the pipe, especially when it's pounding 1,200 times. That's not a good way to do it.
I think you're hearing whatever it is that you're saying.
No, I'm just saying. You don't want to take it up the pipe.
No,
like
I
taking it.
don't. You need to
all
hear it.
through the pipe, just 1,200 times. Just bang, 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 bang.
No, I need you to hear it. You're not listening.
Oh, I hear it.
No.
When you are in an Energy Star rated home, the bill will be a lot less. But when you're in an older home and a bigger home, your bill is going to be a lot more. So you have to make adjustments with your AC unit and your windows in order to get that back to where it needs to be.
So you got some work to do, is what you found out today, is what you're saying.
Lloyd, didn't you have to? You had to do that for your grandmother when you.
We did. We had to go make some adjustments, get her windows looked at. The energy part up there. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about. The shit you lay up there in the attic. What? The stuff you lay down in the attic.
Insulation?
Insulation. We had to look at that. We had to look at a bunch of different stuff, make sure that it was the way it needed to be. Got the windows treated, and it made a tremendous difference in the bill.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad Anthony Bruce is in the chat, because obviously he's an intelligent brother that I can talk to, because he understands exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, he understood. Just like
did you put up his comment, or did you?
We put it up a long time ago, but you was running your lips. You couldn't hear it.
Put it up again. Put it up again, because Mama.
Why do we need to put it up again if we don't put it up a long time ago? We already seen it.
No, he's talking about the new furnace part. You didn't see the new furnace part?
We saw all of it. He don't be paying attention.
He did put up that he had a new furnace.
Put the glasses back on, and then you can see everything that's going on.
Understand inefficient AC units and furnaces, and coupled with windows, will mess up, like he said, F up your utility bill. Mine right now this month is F'd up.
But now let me ask you a question, because what I had discovered in Texas, which was something that I didn't experience in Kentucky, was about how the energy, the ability to be able to move around to different energy carriers, rather. I thought in Kentucky we only had the one. Mm-hmm. And then when we moved to Texas, and they were like, "Oh, you find you an energy broker to find you one that's for your area." I was like, "What is that?" I thought all that time we had been in Texas that the only option we had was TXU.
No, in certain areas you have multiple options in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Mm-hmm. In certain areas you only have one option. Guess which one I have?
The one option.
What? You don't have options?
Just one. And I'm not going to call the name of that company on this here podcast, but I just have one.
We're not really looking for a deal like that. So if you want to call them out, you can. It's up to you.
I mean, I'm just not going to put it all out there like that. But
I'm just saying, it's up to you.
That kind of is.
I'm saying you don't seem as naked as you originally claimed that you were without putting the name out there.
I'm extremely naked.
So what you waiting on? Why we falling on putting this out there?
I just don't feel a need to put out.
Why aren't we just out there? Why aren't we out them? Put it out there. Just maybe they'll lower your bill if they.
Generally speaking, my nakedness comes because of who.
If you keep letting them off the hook, they're gonna keep ramming it up your boot hole. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hello,
Mr. Noise.
Can you hear me?
I'm saying if you keep ramming, you're gonna let them just keep. Hello? You'll just keep letting them hit you like this.
Mr. Noise.
Okay. I'll be quiet.
Generally speaking, my nakedness is directed towards me. I don't need to put nobody else's business out there, electric company. Besides, it pinpoints where I live, but I don't need to do that either.
Does it?
Yeah, because it's in this area. Did you hear what I said? This area.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he's incognito.
No. I'm not that either.
Mm-hmm.
But I am somewhat smart.
You absolutely are incognito. You just got finished saying it. I don't need to let nobody know
Well,
where I'm
Mama
at.
Noise, you don't want to put it.
I never say I don't need to let nobody know where I live. I just don't see a need to put it out for everybody.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mama Noise. You don't want to just put all this business in the
I mean,
street.
damn.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's incognito.
He wants to be naked, but not like completely.
I don't. I'm tired of naked being added to this situation.
Like he want to have on some drawers at least.
Mm-mm.
Like,
No. I don't.
no drawers? You going drawers?
I can't.
I'm free balling right now.
I can't do it.
Okay, all right. Well, there it is.
I don't need all that shit hugging up on me.
Oh my gosh.
My balls like to breathe.
Anyway.
Wow, Ron got aggressive there too. He said,
Well, Ron, I mean,
his approach is aggressive there. I'm saying
first of all, you can't turn off the air in Texas.
you really can't. I mean, you can, but death is imminent if you do that.
Oh Lord, you gonna
Death is imminent. If you turn off the air in Texas, it won't be long. Is what I'm trying to say to you. It won't be.
I mean,
it won't be
ceiling
long.
fans can't fix what condition.
Oh,
They be trying to put ceiling fans everywhere, but listen.
they ain't gonna get it.
I mean,
I personally wouldn't do it if I were you. Is what I'm trying to say.
thick hot air. That's what.
It don't feel like a good strategy to me, but
You know what?
Each his own.
I think right now that the temperature currently in these here parts is 70, 75, 76 degrees.
Well, that's nice. That's very nice.
Who's at 75 degrees?
Here, seriously, it's doing pretty good. Hold on, let me double check. I mean, I'm thinking we doing all right now.
Yeah, y'all killing you. Texas is killing it right now. In that case,
I don't remember us being at no 70 degrees here.
Well, wait a minute. The damn thing lying to me. It said 84.
He said his father-in-law.
it gets hotter in the evening, so you know.
I thought I saw something earlier say it was like 75 tonight.
And that was probably
It may have been, and then it gets hotter, you know.
Before the sun comes up.
We just had showers come through.
Chad said it rained.
Yeah, exactly. We had showers come through.
That's the only reason.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
And listen. Praise be to God from whom all blessings flow.
Hey,
Every
glory.
day this week, there's a good chance of rain. Every day. We left that.
It's like the Lord's involved.
We leaving that drought behind.
Feel like the Lord's involved just then when you said it.
I mean, I don't know if y'all can appreciate that, but we would drive for so long. We
Oh yeah, we can appreciate it.
We need the rain.
Ron, where are you? Just trying to ask where Ron is. Well, listen. Now that we have gone through Jay's woes and his janky Mississippi his janky Mississippi
His
explanation.
father-in-law lives in Austin, and they use fans.
He don't want to pay the bill, Jay. He committed himself. He said, "I ain't doing it."
Austin is south of Dallas.
That's right.
Like it would be closer to the equator than we are than DFW.
It is, but that he listen. That don't change.
Right.
That don't change the commitment. He said, "I ain't doing it."
Okay.
I ain't doing it.
Well, God bless him, because I couldn't have stayed with father-in-law.
He said, "I ain't paying the $5."
I'd have been in the hotel.
You damn right, mama knows. Ain't nothing worse than trying to sleep with sweaty balls. Ain't nothing worse.
No, I don't know nothing about that.
That's right. You do not.
What?
That is true. One thing you do not know about is that.
Oh,
Y'all are off the chain tonight, boy. I'm telling you, this here podcast is off to a rousing start. A rousing start. Okay. I don't even know where to go from when you started a podcast in this manner.
and I apologize for that. I apologize.
No. We're fine. We're fine. Maybe that's what he do. Maybe he got a window unit. That's how grandma used to do it. But grandma said, "I ain't trying to cool this whole house. I'm trying to cool my space, my room."
My grandmother did that too, and it was only cooling the whole house in her room.
But if it's just her, I wouldn't be mad at that. Like if I had, listen, I ain't 100% sure once we kick all these kids out, Kieta, that we might not go to a model similar.
I don't know about
Oh, cool bedroom.
Well, I mean, that's the only room I need, cool. That and maybe one other room.
So when you go to the bathroom, there ain't nothing worse than a sweaty ass on a toilet seat.
I don't plan on being there that long.
You feel like you're sliding around on the toilet seat.
How long are you trying to be there? How long are you trying to be there? 15 minutes? 30 minutes?
I like
What
to
you
sit on
doing?
the toilet and read.
Oh, well, there's your problem. Anybody ask you to go in there and read? Find another spot.
No, man. You can't be uncomfortable while trying to shit.
I cannot do it.
Doing too much.
That's quality time with the Lord. We ain't got
No, it's
time.
not. You're not going to say that you know what? That tells you where your life is. You're in there trying to take a shit and read scriptures. Kind of combination is that?
I'm not reading scriptures. I'm in there thanking God for my blessings one by one.
You said you was in there reading. What you reading? Porn?
Well, ain't none of your business.
None of your business.
What you reading porn while you thank God?
I can't.
Thank God for the right nipple. Thank God for
Hey,
Kyrie, how you doing? Ron is there.
You sound like you're 70 years old.
Because you sitting there talking about
I'm talking truth. You have to be comfortable in your own bathroom.
Yeah, but ain't nobody gonna be comfortable in there 15, 30 minutes. What you doing in there? Get out.
You can time it all you want to.
You the one timed it.
A lot of people, when they get ready to, seriously, in their own house now, in their own bathroom, I ain't talking about the bathroom that they share with, I'm talking about their own bathroom. People go in there to get comfortable. They take off clothes because they know they get ready to have a moment.
Needless to say, if you in there longer than 10 minutes,
everybody shits.
Listen to me. If you in there longer than 10 minutes, you need to go get checked out. There's something wrong.
No.
You ain't never spent 10 minutes in the bathroom?
Oh my gosh.
I said longer than 10 minutes.
Oh, so when 10 minutes hit, it's time for you to wipe your ass and get up.
No, I'm not gonna wait till the 10 minutes. It's not a time thing. I'm saying finish your business in 10 minutes or less and get on out of there.
Damn.
And they're camping out, trying to build clubhouses, playing with Legos.
I ain't never heard such shit.
You know what? And that's why your bills are so high. Because you trying to do stuff off the path. You trying to do stuff off the path. Get back on the path with the rest of us.
Mr. Noise, there are all around this country, there are mamas and there are daddies that go in the bathroom as an escape. They go in there
for 30 minutes
and they spend time. And the kids come to the door and you say, hey, I'll be out after a while.
But those are called showers and baths. They're not called sitting on the toilet. You're not sitting on the toilet that long. Nobody sitting on the toilet for 30 minutes. What's wrong with you?
Listen, there are millions of Americans all over this country that have hemorrhoids problems right now today because they sit on the toilet too long. So
Ain't nobody doing that.
Don't think it's an isolated situation. People do it all over the country.
And those people are called psychopaths, and we don't worry, but we don't. They're not a part of this conversation.
I'm sorry you can't enjoy your shit. And
I enjoy. First of all, let me be very clear. I enjoy mine thoroughly, and second of all, I have them frequent enough to where I don't have to go for 30 minutes at a time. I don't mind you having 30 minutes. I'm saying don't sit on the toilet for 30 minutes.
You said 10.
Sitting on the toilet should be more than 10 minutes.
But sometimes you need a little extra.
No, you don't need no extra. You're being greedy.
Greedy? It's my goddamn toilet.
This conversation is ridiculous.
Mama Noah, one of the things,
Gary, what are you doing?
Your Mama Noah, when we have real conversations on this here podcast that everybody experiences, you always go off camera.
That's ridiculous.
Mama Noah, what we're talking about is true.
I don't need to know about your bathroom experience.
Mama Noah, everybody shits.
Oh man, come on.
Mama, I will say this. We don't often agree on everything.
I'm gonna get a sign that says "I'll be back."
But this is no, you don't need that.
So change your whole picture to be right.
I didn't understand nothing you just said, Kyrie.
Say what, Ron?
I said she's gonna change her whole picture to say "Be right back."
I don't think that's necessary. I think you just need to come back in here and enjoy this conversation as is.
I don't know. See, look.
You muted. Everybody hear what you saying.
I like Anthony Bruce. I don't care what nobody else say about it. That's my man right there.
Oh, yuck.
It don't take that long for it. It'll take 30 minutes for the gases to come out.
2-3 minutes. Just
If it takes you 30 minutes to get it all out, something is wrong. That is not regular. That's a medical problem you have.
What we ain't going up in there is analyzing, Mr. Noah.
I'm analyzing the shit out of you. Pun intended.
Lord, I usually have to agree with you, but today I can't because ain't nothing like a good 30 minutes in the toilet.
30 minutes? Y'all up in there 30 minutes?
Okay, it sounds like a different situation. If you're just trying to get away from your family, fine. If it's the bathrooms, the honeycomb hideout, and you're just trying to get away from your family for 30 minutes, that's a whole nother conversation.
What did you say, Ryan, before Mama Noise interrupted you?
What?
You kind of interrupted. He wasn't finished talking. You couldn't see him because he wasn't on the screen. He wasn't on the screen.
Exactly.
What did you say, Ron?
You gotta relax, man. When you're in the bathroom, you gotta relax when you're in the bathroom, man. Let your legs out. You know, just take your shirt off.
Right.
Have a good old shit, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You talking?
Listen, I'm all for a butt naked. I'm all for a butt naked baptism experience. I'm not gonna fault you on that. I'm here for that. But 30 minutes, y'all in there 30 minutes?
That's a long time, man. What made you think it took me so long to get to the show today?
Is that what took you? Is that why you was running late?
Yes, why I'm running late today. Why I'm running late.
Okay, what's the problem?
10.
I think 10 is the max. We can compromise at 15, but come on now.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. As the Lord continues to bless you, receive it, receive it.
Oh my gosh.
The Lord continues to bless you and allows you to climb this hill ladder.
Come on, preacher.
And you end up with more than 1 or 2 or 3 bathrooms in your house.
Well, I had that before.
That bathroom that's in your master, call it the master bath. You're going to spend some time in that bathroom just because it's your bathroom.
I'll take a hot bath in there that lasts.
No. I'm talking about the toilet room.
No, I don't need it. No.
The toilet room is separate from the bathroom.
And I am very grateful.
See, y'all doing too much. He said, Sean trying to get ideas and get inspiration in there. Yeah. Anthony Bruce in there playing handheld video games. I mean, it's too much. It's too much.
This is some insight that I am flabbergasted.
You can get your first good grunt in 10 minutes on the toilet.
I can't. I'm focused. I am focused. I get it there and lock in.
15 minutes before you get that first good drop.
No. I get in there and lock in. I get my butt cheeks right. I'm ready. I'm focused. I train well for this moment.
Man, you cheating yourself.
I just don't feel like I need 30 minutes. 30 minutes feels like a long time.
Listen, a good shit is like a good Sunday drive. You got to take your time.
It is not the equivalent of a Sunday drive.
I'm just saying you got to take your time. I didn't say equivalent. I'm just saying you got to take your time.
Like means that it's the same thing.
No, it does not mean it's the same thing. I'm just saying timing. You got to take your time on the Sunday drive. You can't be driving 80 miles per hour on the Sunday drive. You got to slow down, take your time.
You can get
not in the bathroom. Go on and get in there, do what you got to do, and get on out of there.
Down by sit on the toilet on your phone. You know how much shit you can get done on the toilet.
I'm not. That's not necessary.
Listen, I have had some of my best thoughts on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the smell that was interfering with them thoughts. Don't worry. Don't count that as a real thought.
But one thing you do got to remember though, when you're in the bathroom that long, you do got to do flush about every 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's listen, stop it. That see right there. That part right there, Ron, is why it's ridiculous.
Courtesy flush is just for the smell. That's just for the smell.
Also,
every 15 minutes, there should never be an every 15 minutes in a toilet experience.
You should have a good fan for ventilation.
I do. I got a good vent fan, but you still on occasions.
Mama knows now I'm starting to get frustrated. Why you won't come back to the screen? That's ridiculous now. What are you doing?
This sounds like y'all having a man moment.
Ain't that no man moment. You ain't never taken a dump.
I don't have conversations with my friends. You gotta get that first
y'all know how to keep it real.
Girl, you gotta get that smell in, girl. While I'm on the toilet, I like to have conversations. I don't have those conversations.
Y'all don't know how to keep it real. Women don't have women don't have these type of conversations because y'all don't know how to keep it authentic.
See, Mama knows that's the reason.
Men ain't afraid to just let it hang out. You gotta let your nuts hang. That's how we live our lives.
Then go have at it.
Free
Mama noise. It women help y'all out. Y'all start getting that 15, 20
y'all
minutes.
Too boxed up. That's right. That's right, Ron. Y'all too boxed up.
Whatever.
You feel 10 pounds lighter when you come out.
Talk to her, Ron.
Go ahead and give each other a pound and bump fists. That's yeah. Go ahead.
Waiting at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when niggas asleep trying to take a shit. Y'all shitting.
Right.
Y'all gotta wait till 3, 4 in the morning.
I totally agree with you that it's private time. It's personal time. I agree with you. But we all have it. You have to understand there ain't really nothing to hide.
We all need somebody.
Even in the hospital, you got when you're in the hospital, you got the shit before they're gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Before we get off this podcast,
I didn't know that.
I've been in the hospital delivering babies twice, and they've never had that requirement.
I guarantee you, they had you to poop before you leave.
They did not. I was there, and you weren't.
Yeah, they did, Mama Noise. You just don't remember.
Boy, bye.
Mama Noise. Whenever they go into your stomach area, for sure. Whenever they cut or go into your stomach area, you have to fart and you have to shit before you can leave.
Really feel like this is uncomfortable now, so I'm just gonna move on to another.
Any medical professionals listening?
Not thinking this was the topic for today, but
it actually wasn't the topic. It was not the topic. I will agree with you.
Well, listen, Mama Noise, this is good shit.
Moving on.
Okay, Mama Noise, we go. If I switch topics. I don't understand why you're taking this stance. This doesn't seem like.
I mean, even your child said this is
what you're doing right now is not professional. I need you to come back to the screen.
I am very professional. I am right here.
But you're not on the screen. It's a visual podcast.
Yes, I'm ready. Are we ready to move on?
We're ready to move on. Well, thank you, Sean, by the way.
I got a medical condition. That's why I'm not on the show. Because
you know what?
Thank you,
I might leave in a little bit, Mama Noise. So
that's all right, Kyrene.
We understand, brother. We understand.
Mama Noise, I'm ready to move on. Come back to the screen. What you waiting on?
I'm gonna need you to calm down.
What you want to do? What you want to do?
Mama
We
Noise,
have another situation.
Mama Noise, you have a listener right now that's listening in, said that this is the best topic ever.
Yeah.
You
didn't say that, Mama Noise. It's in the chat.
Oh my God.
I mean, where else can you go and hear 4 people talking about somebody got to go shit?
Oh.
Listen, what we just discovered about our podcast today is that we have no boundaries, and that's okay. We are an open book of information.
I agree.
And that's a good thing, Mama Noise. That's a good thing.
I agree.
We can conform and go with these other podcasts and give you the hot take and blah, 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 blah. But no, we choose to give you shit talk.
Shit that matters.
Shit you can care about.
Shit that you can get behind.
Shit that could mean something to you.
Shit that could change your life.
Mama Noise, the joke was there, and he just kept asking back and forth.
We had no choice. We had no choice. It was sitting right there. It There was nothing we could do. Oh, Mama Noise.
Oh,
I don't understand. Sean said the shit.
We had to take it. You had to take it. There was no way around not taking those.
That might have been one of the good things. Woo, okay.
wow.
You done accidentally muted yourself, and all of that conversation wasn't even heard.
That might be one of the greatest moments we've ever had on this show. And by the way, Mama, Sean had a question. Did you need to get some shit off your chest? Is that what's right? Anthony Bruce, tell him. That's all we said, Mama. That's all this thing is about.
I'll wait.
Oh my goodness.
Go to Twitter right now, and I guarantee you somebody saying some shit on Twitter right now.
I agree. I don't understand why they're allowed to say a lot of shit. We not. I don't know. Let the people say what they need to say. Let them get the shit out, is what I'm saying.
Because at some point, there's going to be a shit hell that's going to come out at some point today.
That's all I'm saying, Mama. That's all we try. Okay, we'll move on. You don't want to keep it real like the young boys do. So we'll move on. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to start this topic. I'm so lost right now.
We can do it.
Okay. All right. What's today? Tuesday. Today is Talk That Tuesday. And truly, we've already given you a full show. If we're being honest, we've given you a full show. We let a lot of shit out of our system. And we're going to move on to what Mama Noise wants us to talk about. What, Mama Noise? I'm just keeping it real like the young boys say. That's what they say. They say keep it real. So I'm keeping it real. I wanted to show y'all some pictures. Ooh, Mama Noise. That was funny. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I'm specifically going to go back and watch this one section of the show. When it's over with. I can promise you that. Watching this over again because this was good. I wanted to show y'all a picture. This is Nicki Minaj's before and after picture. That's before the career, right before the career really got going. It was just starting to blossom, and then this is now or closer to now. Although she's a lot thicker than that, even that now. And then here's one of Cardi B.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
That before and after is different when you look at it this way. Not that they were attractive girls before, because they were.
No.
Yeah, but they felt, by Cardi's admission and by Nicki's admission, they felt compelled to do something to get into the industry. They felt like in order to have a fair and fighting chance in the industry, they needed to enhance themselves, that guys wouldn't take them seriously. Same thing with the R&B singer K. Michelle, although it didn't really work for her because she enhanced everything, and then I think one of her butt cheeks exploded or
she was good before.
She was good before. I don't know why she felt like she needed to do something more, but she felt like there was a price to pay in order to get in, and she was willing to pay it, even though it almost cost her life. She almost died doing it.
Before you continue on with that, just a little part right there. Do our women feel less than because we don't make them feel attractive, appreciated?
Well, we're that's what we're building. Yeah, that's a part of it. That's definitely a part of it. Same thing. Well, then it's interesting that you brought that up because I was going to go over to the area of movies, and there are the young lady. What is her name? Oh crap, Mama Nori. What is her name? Cheryl Lee Ralph. That's her name. Cheryl Lee Ralph has been in the industry for a long time. She started on Broadway. She did Dreamgirls. I think she was a part of the original Dreamgirls.
She's very pretty to me.
Very pretty woman. And then she did Dreamgirls. She did Moesha, I think was another big one that she did. She had little movies along the way. I just watched Distinguished Gentleman the other day. It is not a phenomenal actress, very talented, very gifted young lady. It is not until she just did Abbott Elementary that she was nominated for an Emmy. We're talking 40 years, probably 30, 40 years in the industry. She refused to pay whatever price they were saying she had to pay. It's just now coming around. Just now. Some people are willing to pay the price to get there faster, to do what you need to do, to crack the code. You know, Halle Berry had done Dorothy Dandridge. She was actually phenomenal in Jungle Fever. She played an amazing crackhead, although I'm not sure people want to win an award for playing a crackhead, but she did play an amazing crackhead in Jungle Fever. She played in Losing Isaiah. She did a lot of stuff.
Monsters Ball.
Wasn't until she whipped out her titties in Monsters Ball that she got recognized and said, "Let's give her an award."
I thought she was I thought it was good acting too. In BAP, right? Was it BAP?
In BAP, it was funny. Babs was funny.
She played the role. I thought.
Yeah, it was funny. It was good.
Yeah.
There's very few things that she's done that weren't good. If we're being honest, she's a very talented actress. Right. The same could be said about Denzel. Though he was recognized for Glory, everybody in their mama thought he should have gotten an award for Malcolm X. Everybody in their mama thought he should have gotten an award for the Hurricane. He was nominated. He should have been. He wasn't even nominated for John Q. John Q was a thin plot, a very thin plot that he turned into gold. Like his performance in John Q was almost mesmerizing. It was unbelievable. But it wasn't until he played a thug gangster in Training Day that he got recognized. Same for Chiwetel Ejiofor. Most people don't even remember the movies that Chiwetel Ejiofor had even been in. But he got nominated for 12 Years a Slave and won for 12 Years a Slave, and now all of a sudden he's a great actor.
But think about it. He could have won off at least half his catalog. He could have won.
Who, Denzel?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Easily.
Denzel has probably been owed at least 4 or 5 more Oscars. Minimum. That he never got. But it's not just in entertainment. I want to read an article that Mama Noise sent me. Matt Chandler, who was the lead pastor at or was the lead pastor at the Village Church in Flower Mound, Texas, which is not far from R.J. Jordan, told his congregation on Sunday that he had to step down because he had some inappropriate messages between a woman that was not his wife. She hit him in the DMs, and he violated the elder said he violated the church's internal social media use policies. That while his overarching pattern of his life had been above reproach, he failed to meet the Bible standards for elders of being above reproach in this instance. The statement reads. I'm not sure what the messages said or what was going on in these messages.
But you can imagine.
Well, they said it wasn't. It said it was inappropriate. I don't know what that means. That's pretty vague. I don't know. They said the messages were not romantic or sexual in nature.
The hell were they then?
They said it was the frequency and familiarity of the messages that crossed the line. And they say it revealed that he does not use language appropriate for a pastor, and he did not model a behavior that we expect from him. So it wasn't that no, that's what they said. They said it wasn't sexual. It was just that he may have cussed a little bit. He said a few cuss words. Obviously, the point of what we're talking about tonight is because he's a mega church. I'm using air quotes, pastor. Obviously, what we're discussing tonight is this price called that people pay for this thing called fame and even fortune, success and prosperity. Is the price too high? Is the price too high for fame and fortune today? And are you willing to pay that price, despite whatever the price is? It's an interesting thing. I'll start back with what Jay said to answer the question he originally said. He said, what was it? Do men ask women? He basically was a man to woman question because that's how you roll. But ask it again. Just ask it again so I can make sure I understood.
Are women making all of these adjustments to their bodies, endangering themselves because we as Black men don't make them feel appreciated as they are?
No.
I think it's a dangerous thing because you could have looked at most of those girls that you showed, especially that last one that you could see her panties up under her little blue outfit.
Did you see that? I didn't see that. That was impressive. Wow.
Oh, you niggas. Oh, come on.
Well, because I don't look for panties, so that's one reason why I would never really look for them.
I think that's the only way I can see the ass. I mean, that's what I look for. Bring it up, Mr. Knowles. Production is slow, man.
Production is doing just fine. You leave production alone.
Yeah, I didn't need to see that.
Okay.
Yeah, the panties didn't make the difference on that.
So I'm sure there were brothers checking for her, but the way that we check for them makes them feel like a piece of meat versus appreciated and truly loved. So most decent women actually become resentful for it. Because all you really care about is getting your rocks off. You don't give a damn about me. So are we devaluing our women by doing that? Now they feel like they got to compete.
Compete against who?
Other women for attention because we keep leaving them, going to somebody else, and leaving them and going to somebody else. I would like to imagine. Mama Noise, don't say nothing. How many partners does the average woman have? And not necessarily by choice, but because he told me he loved me. He told me I was going to be the only one. I believe. How many partners do they go through?
So ain't that still by choice? Because she still got to say yes.
Defenders of the earth.
You still got to say yes, Mama Noise. You still got to say yes. Because just because I talked to you, I sweet talked you, your ass still had to say yes. So you still had to make a choice. That's the whole definition of choice.
I like how you victimized women just then. That was cute.
Called choice.
I'm not saying there is not a culture that's out there that is competitive or made to seem competitive in order to advance whatever opportunities you think are available to you. I'm not saying that that's not true, because there is. There is a mystique and culture out there that has led people to believe that they have to do something to stand out from the crowd. And by the way, To some degree, that's true. You, in order to stand out from the crowd, you have to do something or be willing to do something that the crowd is not willing to do. To some degree, that is true. But also, that is a choice.
You know, I heard Cardi B, since you had her on the screen.
I did.
I heard her say that when she was without breast augmentation and the butt injections
And she got teeth fixed. She talks about that a lot.
and having her teeth fixed, that nobody was checking for her. So it didn't matter. Her talent and stuff didn't matter because visually she didn't have what it took visually to go with the talent.
Can I ask this?
And so she said she needed to get the augmentations and the injections and the teeth and all that stuff before her talent was recognized. And that's what it took. She's like, I was doing all this other stuff. I'm doing the raps. I'm doing the trying to do videos, but they weren't checking for no video for no flat booty, no breast having, teeth messed up having females. They needed to see practically perfect in order for them to say, oh, and you're talented? Oh, well, then now we want to listen. Now we want to see. and what we're showing our kids through all of the social media and, you know, outside of social media, we'll take social media off the table. Outside of that, we're showing them that you're not going to pay any attention to me unless I have some cleavage showing. I've back when they I think they stopped doing it. I'm not sure. They used to have the Victoria's Secret models come on every year to show you the new panties and bras or whatever, the Victoria's Secret Angels or whatever. So that you had to show, now you got to have the Wonder Bra that lifts up your breasts and make sure that they're more than they actually are, to show our daughters that you got to make sure your breasts are lifted. You got to make sure that there's a cleavage showing. You got to make sure that you got the pants too tight. You got to make sure all of this short skirt and all see-through material and all of that so that you can be chosen. Especially when we keep pushing the narrative out there that the numbers is looking bad. It's looking bad. You ain't got nothing to choose from. You know, it's more y'all than it is of us. And so if we keep on pushing it out there, the girls, the more pressure on our daughters, on the women, period, is, oh my gosh, I have to do something because, you know, if the numbers are so high, you know, of women in the world, then I mean, I got to make sure that I'm one of the ones that's chosen. So I gotta have something done. If I can afford it, you got all these black women going all down to the DR. Can you imagine a whole plane? I think Al did it when Al was talking about an article, Dig Deeper. When he did an article, he dug deeper to find out it was practically half the plane of black women that was going down to the DR to get butt injections.
But are they doing that?
One thing you can't say is my behind isn't. I got you said because just yesterday, who was it? One of y'all was talking about, oh, black men are butt men, blah blah blah. Okay, well then if that's the case, oh my gosh, we gotta run across the border and make sure.
Cuz is part of the problem.
We got to run across the border and go get some injections from the DR or Mexico to make sure that we are qualified.
Remember, that was Cuz, though. Don't put that on there.
Well, first of all, Lloyd, Cuz is a chess man. Remember, the ass man are me and Al.
I thought he was, too, until he abandoned me yesterday. So I was like,
man, I didn't abandon you. I wasn't never with you. But the bottom line is,
see, that's a nigga for you.
I do care more about breasts than I do bottoms.
Well, then you are with me.
But it's not that I need big breasts. It's not that I need, pushed up breasts. I just need breasts. I like them tall, long, short. Don't matter. I like
So,
them.
so Mama Noise, back to Cardi B. When I know she said that nobody was checking her for her talent until she got the augmentation. So basically, in order, she basically sold out for fame. So her first issue, in order for her to get the fame that she wanted, just like a job, she had to get her uniform to match in order for her to get the job that she wanted.
But with jobs, you don't generally have to pay for your uniform.
Well, not necessarily, because you got to dress for what you want in a job. For that success, you got to dress for success. You got to dress for what you want. So she sold for her fame.
She did. She was willing to pay the price
to get the fame that she wanted.
But I think we're sending the wrong message to. I hate to keep saying our daughters, but our daughters and young women, women, even women that are 30 plus or whatever. We're telling them, girl, you better make a purchase. You better get some type of plastic surgery. You better have something done in order to maintain. And it's not even just single women. We're talking about even married women. We're saying you want to maintain your man, you want to maintain your marriage, then you better make sure that you size up to these Instagram models. You better make sure you size up to these chicks. And these chicks are paying all this money in order to make sure they're getting the lifts done. You may have been married 30 years and then gravity is pulling down your titties or something. You need to have them. You saying, man, but the chicks on the Instagram models, they stuff is perky because they can afford to go pay Dr. What's his name to go and pull back some gravity. Are they always talking about on social media? I need to get my belly snatched for the summer because I need to make sure I can go out and have my belly out so I can be chose.
Well, see, Mama Noise, they're selling two narratives. You got the narrative where you're selling for the job that they're trying to get or the fame that they're trying to get. I don't want to say job because some people think strippers and all that. Instagram models, all those, that's a job for these folks now. They've turned a whole beauty thing into a career. And if you want to maintain that fame, the way that they're doing it is buying these bodies to maintain the fame. That's how they're making their money. We've now turned that same narrative into our women who are not trying to do that and trying to tell them that's what beauty is. So we're selling fame as beauty. Most of the women who get married isn't these Instagram models. It isn't except for Cardi B, she's married now, but she's telling everybody not to get married and do this shit the way that she did coming up. But that's a whole different story. But most of the chicks who get married isn't those Instagram models, isn't these women out here who are doing all that cosmetic stuff for that fame. They're not the ones that's really getting married. It's the regular woman that's getting married. It's the plain Janes that are getting married. You hear it all the time when you go watch all these podcasts and all these women, oh, I'm so beautiful, but I don't have a man. But
I'm not blaming
the man.
I want to answer Sean's thing. I'm not blaming the men more than the women, because for all the women that I showed you prior to saying they doing it, there's Ari Lennox. She ain't doing it. She rolling with what she got. There's her. She ain't doing it. She said, "This is me." Now these are all young women too, by the way, except for Nicki Minaj.
But I think what
Jasmine. Jasmine's bought in for a minute because she let the industry convince her that she needed to lose 50 pounds, and she did, and then that's what she looked like with the weight loss. And then she said, "Man, F that. I'm gonna go back to being me and looking healthy." And then she won a Grammy after that.
But see, it sounds. I'm not saying okay. What I'm saying is that we are. I saw the comment from Sean made in regard to that, but what I'm saying in regard to, we're saying we're blaming.
I don't think it's confusing what you're saying. I think what's happening, Mama Noise, is that we're trying to place I don't think it's men in the way that we think it's men. I think there is an industry that says or tries to say you can't come into this industry looking a certain way and being what you want to be or being yourself.
Mhm.
And then you have to decide whether or not that's true or not.
And think of and because is a big music person.
Because
Before
it's not a big music person.
What in the world?
because
Unless it's gospel.
But
Was
before,
that
think about
sarcasm?
it. Before 1990, what? Let's say before 95. Look at how the women of entertainment looked before 95.
Mm-hmm.
They were still making money. They were still making hit records.
I saw a video of Whitney Houston being honored at the BET Awards in 2001. And she walked out on stage and she looked so tiny. Like her arms and her shoulders. This was pre crack cocaine, I think. But she looked. No, I'm saying you got to give context in this conversation. Because there's another picture out there with her when she's high on drugs, and she looked really, really bad. I'm not talking about that one. I'm just talking about she just looked really, really thin. And Whitney always looked thin. She never put on a lot of weight ever.
Yeah.
She didn't have no big old breasts. She didn't have no big old, booty. She didn't have none of that. But everybody thought Whitney was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
The talent won. So why was it okay for Whitney to do it, but today it's not okay?
Because
did men change? Did men say all of a sudden, because to Cuz's point, men are pushing Cardi B into that reality? No, I don't know if men changed as much as an industry told them this is the new standard. And then you have to ask yourself, do you want to go by that standard or not?
well, then also we're women are trying to be what you want.
But nobody told him that's what we wanted.
But it's not. You don't have to. Sometimes it's just your action.
Hold on, Mama Noah, because he gets on you every time you do it. I don't care about you turning your lips up, cuz, and making them faces. Now, I said what I said.
And
now,
I guess if you want to call because the industry is ran mostly by men, I give you that. Mostly ran by white men.
Mm. Yeah,
and the people who are pushing that narrative of this look that black singers have to have is actually not really coming from mostly black men because we don't own the industry.
Yeah, but our algorithms are telling the story.
Our algorithm tells the story.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
I believe it shows what y'all want. The ones that
is the algorithm saying that's what we want, or are we just visual creatures that are fascinated by what we see? Because those are two different things. Because we might see a whole bunch of big titties and big ass, but that don't mean that's what we go out and grab.
And if you look at all these women who out there are talking like that, and you listen to those interviews, all of them tell you that they're single and they're struggling to get men. And it's always the men getting the ones that don't have it that men are going to.
All right, jump back in, cuz I know you got something to say.
I'm not gonna let you push that bullshit.
Oh, you can say it's not bullshit. Read the statistics. Read the statistics, bro.
To believe that now it is the plain Jane, the common woman, they're all married, and it's those Instagram hoes and all those made up women.
Well, hold on.
Women that
Time out. You can't call them Instagram hoes. That's just wrong.
Yeah, it was rude.
It was rude. It was really rude. Instagram model, Instagram person, not a hoe.
Get him right, Ron. Get him right.
That's
You're part of the problem, cuz.
Show passer.
Well, I call them a hoe because I couldn't think of their names. I mean, I just
shithead.
The bottom line is across the board, whether they tall, skinny, short, fat, wide, extra heavy, extra thin, a beautiful, ugly, light skin,
I read that.
dark skin,
Who you, Bubba Gump? You gonna name all the shrimp? What are you doing?
educated, uneducated, big booty, no booty,
What are you? What's
big
happening right
tits,
now?
no tits.
Long nipple, short nipple. I'm just waiting on that next.
I mean, what are we doing right now? Like,
It
this is,
doesn't matter. Across the board, our women are finding it difficult to find a good man. So I'm not going to let you push that narrative that it's the plain
that's
Jane
not
woman.
part of the conversation tonight.
But that's, I'm not pushing a narrative that's not already been said out there. So I'm not pushing something that you don't already hear.
Listen, I know a bunch of plain Jane women that ain't got shit.
I know a lot of beautiful women who ain't got shit but followers.
That's why I say it's across the board.
But there's more plain Janes getting married than your beautiful Instagram model.
Come on, man.
Go look at the
But that's not even, hold on, guys. That ain't even part of the conversation. We're talking about, are you willing to pay the price for fame and fortune and opportunity?
Well, listen. Who's in charge of the girls?
Delarice.
I would think the girls are in charge of the girls. They're not in charge of themselves.
The problem is, we as men don't recognize the power we have in the lives of our women. We don't give ourselves the credit. We don't, Mr. Norris. We don't. Listen.
We do have the power, but also, sir.
Hold on.
You
You can't blame the white man.
old man.
You can't blame the white man for coming in and convincing a black woman that she got to get this done and get that done in order to be a success. If we had built that woman up, she would have had, Sean said it earlier, most of those women have low self-esteem. Where did the low self-esteem come from? Because we haven't made them as black men feel good about themselves. So now the white heat can come in and convince her of any goddamn thing. And technically anybody else can too.
And I'm going to use the same narrative that you like to use. God damn it, in this day and age of the 2022, how the hell they don't know this?
Well, it's 2022, but and we as men still don't know our power with our own women.
And our women don't know their own power with their own men.
Okay, I agree. So the system's broken.
But it still doesn't answer the question that Lloyd was looking for.
At all. I mean, I appreciate your soliloquy. It was eloquent. It just didn't mean shit. Because the reality is,
I bet you it might not mean shit to you, but I bet you Mama Noise agrees 100%.
well, Mama Noise is trying to build a narrative much like you are. So I get what's going on.
Mama Noise is what?
Mama Noise believes, just like you believe, that it's all stems from broken women. And I'm not saying that it doesn't. What I'm saying is that are you willing to pay that price is a personal choice. Some women because guess what? I think Ari Lennox and I think Jasmine Sullivan and I think her are also women that have low self-esteem, but they ain't go out and buy no titties and ass.
Nope.
They all have low self-esteem.
What makes you think?
Admittedly, I've read their interviews. I've listened to what they've said. So I've watched their actions. I just said Jasmine Sullivan came into the game very heavy or heavier as a heavier black woman. The pressure of the industry said, we can't put you in the video as a sex symbol. You're not sexy like that to black men, blah, 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 blah. So she lost 50 pounds for her next album. Hold on. She lost 50 pounds for her next album. The album didn't sell at all. It didn't do well at all. She came back with the next album after that, put the weight back on, decided I'm going to be me and I'm going to be comfortable in my own skin, and won a Grammy and one of the best albums in the last 10 years.
But you know, I feel sorry for Asian women.
How'd they get in the conversation?
What they do?
I brought them in.
Okay.
I feel sorry for Asian women because they have neither tits nor ass.
That's not true.
But
Depends on what part of Asia you're talking about.
But their men are consistently checking for them.
But what does that have to do with paying the price for fame?
My point
And success.
is,
Okay, I guess you want to add paying for love too. Okay, paying the price for love. We'll add that into the conversation.
If you want a woman to feel value, you have to value her and not what she has.
But they don't value their women. They control their women.
Well, I mean,
wrong group of people to compare to.
You can call it what you want.
Let's not say we're gonna say black men need to control black women because that's gonna start a whole nother fight.
I mean, I'm not saying black men need to control black women. And I know quite a few Asian women that aren't controlled by no man. I mean, Asian women got some miles on them.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
Some of them, I agree. Some of them also are very docile.
They are almost dictators in their home.
And like we say, a lot more are docile. A lot of them stick to rules and regulations that were built upon them prior to coming to the U.S.
They appear to be docile to the community, I mean, to us, of the outward, but in their homes, they are very demanding.
I know a lot of them, and I even got a couple that lives across the street. So,
you got them Asians in your neighborhood?
Yes, sir.
Mama Noise, what were you going to say? We cut you off. I apologize.
We come on those off?
Yeah. Because you was talking about Asians, and it was like weird.
I didn't hear you.
I know. That's why I said you cut off. Go ahead.
I don't even know what I was going to say.
Well, shit, hell, Mama Noise.
Exactly.
I mean, when we went down that road, I lost track of where we were.
You know, that's listen, Jay should have been a lawyer, man. I'm telling you. Because he know how to change that thing. And next thing you know, you sitting in the jury box. You sit in the jury box confused as hell. Like, what the hell? Fuck y'all. And now it's time for a 30-minute shit break. I listen, I'm gonna have to just say this. I think it's a personal choice if you to whether or not you buy into the lie. Let me ask Mama Noise a question. I've never asked you this in the history of our marriage. I'm gonna ask you right here in front of everybody.
Oh.
Was there ever a time in your life that you felt like you were behind in the game of courtship and relationships, and you said to yourself, self said, huh? And you said, maybe I should enhance this body of mine so I can get a leg up on these girls.
Are you talking about after marriage or before marriage?
No, obviously not after marriage, Mama. No, I'm talking about before.
Oh no, I look good. I didn't have no problems in that area.
So now, Mama Noise, I'm going to ask you another question. This one is a little more difficult than the first. Now, you have mentioned here on this podcast many times before, people are very familiar with your story, that your father wasn't as active in your life as you would have liked him to be. That he did not establish a foundation in your life of your appearance and or self-esteem that you would have preferred him do so. So how did you still manage not to enhance yourself despite having such a high level of deficiency?
Well, they didn't have wasn't nobody having enhancements and stuff when I was a teenager, and then even in early 20s. I didn't hear anybody talking about having enhancements and
Interesting you took it that direction, Mama Noise. My final question to you would be this. If that had been available to you to go get you a BBL or a lift upon the breast area, would you have taken advantage of it to get a leg up in the game?
No, because I felt like I was well endowed and I didn't need to have no lift. I had everything in the right area. So that was not anything I needed to. Now, if you ask me if it's something on my body that I felt like, well, if I had, that's what you're saying. If it's something that oh, okay. Well, I felt like that, I have always had thick thighs my whole life.
Okay.
Even when I weighed 135, 125, when I was in my freshman year of high school. It didn't matter that I had the small waist and well endowed up top, and even blessed bottom, but I had the thickest thighs, and I'm like, man, am I just having to? Now I hear guys now talking about, well, thick thighs save lives and all the type of stuff now, but that was something that I felt like, man, if I was in position to make that correction, if I could do that, I'd appreciate, being able to do that. That would have been something I would have wanted to do.
You would have had a thigh shaving
Reduction.
Thank God they didn't have that available to you.
I would have had the reduction. But I hear you, Anthony Bruce, in the chat. You're saying that it was out there but expensive. But listen, it wasn't televised. It wasn't in our magazines and things like that telling us that you can go and most of the time, whenever you heard plastic surgery, that was something that only stars could do. It was like, okay, and you only thought that they did it for they're trying to have a facelift or something like that. But then when all these shows and stuff start coming out on cable and stuff, that was like all these different doctors that like, you don't like this about yourself, we can fix that. You need bigger lips, we can fix that. You need your nose reduced, we can fix that. Especially with as Black people, our noses and stuff, you want that reduced. You need your ears pinned back, because your ears stand out like Will Smith or something. You want them pinned back. They let you know all of the plastic surgery tricks that you could afford, and they made it affordable. So somebody's doing something where now it's available to us. It's not something so far reached. If people are making trips out of the country, I mean, I heard about some of that stuff once upon a time, but that people leave the country to go get things that they want to get done or whatever cheaper in another country. Clearly, it is being put out there on more than one occasion that that's what people do.
Interesting. Interesting. Gentlemen, would you like to comment on what Mama Noiz has stated here today?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Don't be scared now. Y'all ain't never scared.
You know what, Twitter? I will not answer your question.
What was Twitter's question?
Trying to tell me, would I want to be taller and how would
That's funny. He's only saying that because you're a wee tiny woman, but we're not gonna talk about.
You know what? I appreciate my height. I'm not tripping, and I wouldn't have asked to be taller.
Yeah.
Being taller ain't nothing.
What you say, Kyrie?
Being taller ain't nothing. I said it.
Wow. That's late. I didn't see that
coming by tall people either, Mama. No, I don't give a hell about them either.
Wow. It's an interesting conversation that we're having here because I'm looking at not just the augmentations of what women are doing, but even I'm looking at the guy at the church who he was probably making $100,000 a year at the mega church or more. I'm sure he was making more. And got on Instagram with a woman who was not his wife and had a conversation that they deemed inappropriate. And they said it was not above reproach is the word they used. And they got together and said, this is unacceptable. He can no longer be the pastor of this church.
Well, but I thought it was a violation of the policy, Instagram, that they weren't.
That's what I'm saying, Mama Noise. I'm saying the same thing you're saying.
Okay.
But I'm questioning. What I'm questioning is have they done a deep dive into everybody's Instagram and Facebook and Twitter
And the whole staff.
and phones at home and home computers, and are we doing a deep dive of all stuff, and is everybody above reproach? If we were to ask every wife on staff, has any of their husbands ever said anything that was inappropriate? Because they said it wasn't sexual and it wasn't romantic. It was language that was not. So the whole staff at Village, whatever the name of this church was, ain't nobody ever said something inappropriate, ever. They've never said a curse word, or they've never used a racist term, or never done anything inappropriate. The whole church staff, all the deacons, all the trustees, everybody is above reproach. Because if they are, that is impressive.
That is true. And how do they get this?
Then they're full of shit.
Well, what gives them the right to make that decision for him?
Well, that's the rules, Kyrie. That's the rules.
Well, when he signed on as the pastor, then he signed a document that says you're going to be without reproach.
But is it fair to even ask somebody to live a life to where they can never make a mistake? Is it fair to live a life
to be perfect at all times?
Where you're right, he's above, he's always above, he's the only one. And then let's go throughout the entire church. Is the entire church above reproach? Well, no, they don't have to be. The only the pastor has,
just the leader. And then you think about what happened to old boy at Hillsong. I mean, the whole leadership.
I'm not saying my pastor should be sleeping around, or am I saying my pastor should be having sex with or flirting with other women? That ain't what I'm saying. But that ain't what they're saying he did. They're saying he had an inappropriate conversation. Or really, they didn't really say what the conversation was. They just said that it was in the conversation he was cursing and using language. And he shouldn't have been having a conversation with a woman that wasn't his wife.
I'm just trying to figure out how the church had access to his DMs.
That's another good question.
Was it a church account?
Maybe that's what it was. So maybe we're not talking about a man who's inappropriate. Maybe we're just talking about a dude that's just stupid.
I mean, is it because he's not tech savvy and just was using the church account?
He's 48, so he should have been somewhat sex savvy, I would think.
Yeah, well, you know.
Maybe he said to the girl that he couldn't say to his wife, he's getting on my nerves.
Ooh.
And they ain't like that. They're like, that's inappropriate language. That don't mean it ain't true.
Or maybe it was just that he was having a conversation with somebody other than his wife, and they feel like, I mean, but he's gonna have a conversation with many women that are not his wife, right?
He is. I don't know. I don't know what the conversation entailed though. That's the only thing. Because Cuz said he thinks that they were lying. That he's lying about the non-sexual thing. He may be. They may be trying to just protect him, and protect his reputation so he can get another job.
You know, but then see, it just seems to be a pattern here. It's sort of like, you know, the John Gray situation when he was, you know, the text messages got exposed and all this different stuff. Listen, why do we try to put these men of God in a position that like they're not human, that they're superhuman? that you will never have any type of this, and that. Now, I'm not saying there shouldn't be a standard set, but I mean,
How about this? How about this? As Sean digs deeper. Shout out to Sean for digging deeper. He said he saw the pastor's speech when he stepped down, and his wife and her husband knew about the text message. The women's best friend approached him about it, and he went to the elders.
So the woman's best friend is a man?
I don't know, but he's saying the wife and the woman, I guess he was texting, and her husband knew about the text. So maybe the pastor is friends with the other family, and he just talked to the wife on text messages in the DMs. And then her best friend approached him about it and went to the elders. So he got Karen.
Damn.
He got snitched on. That him and his wife was going, was working it out.
No, you got to see the whole thing. I'm not sure you see it, Mama Noy.
Okay.
He was taught. His wife and him are friends with the woman he texted and her husband.
Oh, okay.
He hit the woman on Instagram in the DMs, and the woman's best friend saw it and was like, "Is that the pastor? Yeah, that's my homie. Well, he shouldn't be texting you. Girl, that's my friend. It don't matter. Well, I'm going to go talk to him about it. He shouldn't be texting you."
Well, so got snitched on.
That's what I'm saying. But it wasn't. But he got snitched on by the other woman's best friend.
Other woman's best friend. What kind of best friend did you let see your DMs?
Well, I guess she didn't know. I guess she didn't think that her homie was going to go tell on her, and get the pastor fired.
Said, I'm telling on the pastor today.
So, but damn, I mean, it's kind of rough. The best friend did it.
I mean, listen, you like who? The best friend. Wow. Seriously?
Andy Bruce said, if I ever see Deacon 4 out in these streets, help him up, that band. It's a rough situation. It really is a rough situation, and it's but that's the price he said he was willing to pay to be the pastor. He signed it, like you said, Mama Noy. He probably signed the morality clause.
That's not the price he signed.
He signed the morality clause, and in Instagram they said he broke the policy. So that means he signed something that says his Instagram would always be above reproach.
Mm-hmm.
He probably had to show him the Instagram to keep his job.
And I guess that's my question was.
I'm the only one leaving the screen. Maybe I should leave the screen.
Nah. I mean, like you said, he sold. I ain't gonna say he sold out for fame because he's a pastor. He's not really selling out for fame,
right?
Because that definitely doesn't go. That doesn't go together. That don't even sound right. But I mean, he did give up everything for this role.
Right.
Now we put this man at a pedestal where we're almost saying that he can't be human anymore.
He can't, but that's what they're saying, Ron. But that's what they're saying. So the X factor is, if you take that role as quote unquote pastor, you got to toe this line the way we want you to toe it, or you can't have this position. And is that right?
Well, that's a hell of a position to put yourself in. I mean, you have to make a choice if you want that or not. So he makes a mistake. And, well, is it one mistake that caused him the gig, or was this multiple?
This is, according to them, this is the only thing he's ever done wrong. They said in his regular life, he's fine. He's always done the right thing. But so, this was just so bad that they had to fire him.
So they couldn't forgive him.
No.
Wow. I think you just said something.
No, forgiveness didn't even come up, I don't think. Because he's got to be above reproach, is what the word
forgiveness? That's what it's supposed to be all about.
That's what I thought forgiveness was for.
Because you don't believe him though. You think he did something else. Is that correct?
Oh,
The pastor.
I apologize. I missed the conversation. I was gone.
Oh no, we were just saying what we discovered, and I'll show it on the chat in the comment again because you didn't see it. Sean said he heard the pastor's speech when he stepped down, and his wife and her husband, meaning the wife and the husband of the woman that he DM'd, the husband knew about it. He knew about the text. They wasn't hiding anything. But it was her best friend that approached him about it and went to the elders of the church. So he got outed by another woman that didn't have nothing to do with none of this.
The woman he was DMing, husband knew about the text. So the husband knew and she knew, and the husband didn't say anything.
His wife knew, the husband knew, and the husband's wife, the wife who he DM knew. So as two couples, they were all okay with the private DM.
So then what did he do? So what did he do wrong then?
Well, they said it was the language he used in the private DM and the fact that he DM'd her at all.
Damn.
But let me be clear, DM stands for direct message. Meaning, I didn't send this message so the whole church could see it. I sent it to one person so that they could see it.
You know,
Anthony Bruce said it sound like the deacons and the elders are power tripping.
That's how I'm reading it. That's how I'm looking at it. Because the husband and the wife were okay with it, then why is it everybody else's business?
You know, I don't understand because there are times when, you know, Mr. Noise may get a DM or something from some chick from the past or something like that. And, you know, he and I discuss it. Or he might tell me, you know, I got a DM from old girl, blah, blah, blah. She tried blah, 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 or, you know, whatever. And vice versa. But if we have worked it out because we grown adults, why does it have to be a situation where they have to get involved saying we trump the relationship you have with your spouse and y'all working it out? We trump it and we decided that we're going to dissolve your whole relationship with the church because we don't think that y'all can work it out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's disturbing.
So in his case, was the price of fame too high?
Was he looking for fame when he became the pastor?
You don't become no mega church, part of no mega church, if you ain't looking for some kind of fame.
Not according to the pastor down there, the way he looked about that.
There's a little, I would think there's a little ego involved in being a mega church pastor.
So it's fame. So it doesn't ain't fame and ego the same?
Yeah.
Not the same. You on mute, cuz.
Not no little dog, not no little.
Above the scripture.
What?
I know.
Hold on.
It just feels like, oh my gosh, what's coming? So let me. I'm the lead pastor of this church. I plan on being the lead pastor of this church for the next 20 years. But I do need to. It's harder seeing you. Several months ago, a woman approached me outside here in the foyer. She had some concerns for how I was DMing on Instagram with a friend of hers. I didn't think I had done anything wrong in that. My wife knew that. Her husband knew that. And yet there were a couple of things that she said that were disorienting to me. And so I immediately came into the room. I found Chairman of the Elder Board, Jason Swords, found Josh Patterson, other lead pastor, and said, this is what this person just told me. And then I went home Lauren wasn't with me that night. I told Lauren, this is what was said to me tonight. From there, the elders began to look into, because that's what they're supposed to do. Because we cannot be a church where anyone is above the scriptures and above the high heavenly call into Christ Jesus. And so they looked into the conversation between
what you say, cuz?
this other woman, and they had some concerns. And those concerns were not that our messaging was romantic or sexual. It was that our conversations were unguarded and unwise. And because I don't ever want there to be secrets between us, the concerns were really about frequency and familiarity. We believe in brother-sister relationships here. And yet there was a frequency that moved past that. And there was a familiarity that played itself out in coarse and foolish joking. It's unbefitting of someone in my position as a lead pastor and as an elder. I'm held to a higher standard and fell short of that higher standard. So the elders have decided, and I think they're right, that my inability to see what I was in probably has revealing some unhealth in me. And I don't know if that's tied to the pace I run or the difficulty of the last 6.
I think that's enough. So
What are you saying, cuz?
he got.
Listen, basically what it was.
And thank you, Sean, for sitting there. By the way, thank you.
It was unhealthy. It wasn't good. The familiarity, the frequency. He was priming the pump. He was priming the pump. He hadn't made the wrong comments, apparently, I guess. He hadn't said, I want that ass. But he was working his way towards it.
Oh, is that what you think?
That's exactly what it was.
So you think that
there is no other reason outside of a business relationship or a co-worker type relationship for me to be discussing things with a woman frequently, other than the fact that I'm grooming her ass, and it won't be but for so long, I'm gonna get that ass. And that's why they say he should have seen it coming, which technically he did. He just ignored it.
So you think he was setting up some punani for later?
Matter of time.
It was like layaway. He put the punani on, and they said, "I'm gonna keep paying on this until I."
But see, what happens is we pretend that no, that ain't what's happening, and we know it is.
So you think eventually he was gonna tap that with the woman?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was gonna get sexual. Otherwise, why am I constantly talking to this woman frequently?
That's interesting.
It was going there.
Or maybe they were discussing stuff like, you need to be blowing your wife's back out. I don't understand why you ain't, why is it, just because you a man of God don't mean y'all can't be,
You do.
Well, but see, to me, my only problem with Cuz's theory, if your theory is true, then we need receipts.
Well, see, the problem is he said that it was familiarity or whatever, and that it was inappropriate. And he wanted to come clean. He wanted to be transparent, but yet he didn't say what they were talking about.
Well, nobody said. That's the point I'm making. Nobody has said what they were talking about. So he said it was familiar, but familiar could be a friendship that we know each other, we've bonded, we've connected. It doesn't necessarily mean that he was setting up a slay session for later.
Well, I mean, if you look at it like the slay session for later, then I think you're missing the mark. They were being friendly towards each other. And that friendship that they were being towards each other was frequently. Any man with the GED knows.
Did he say frequent? I don't remember him saying frequent. Keep talking.
Any man with the GED
he said frequent.
that if we're talking frequently and I'm making you laugh and you giggling and can on, it's only a matter of time before I get that ass. Every man knows that. Only a matter of time now. I got you giggling. Okay. Won't be long.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're constantly
now he's saying they put him on a leave of absence though.
Thank you.
oh, he coming back. He coming back. He coming back.
They done invested too much money in this man.
Right, he coming back.
Ton of pressure on our staff. I feel like I've fallen short for you. And you might be hearing, you might not be a Christian. You might be hearing me saying this like, what the H?
That's the pastor.
The word of God holds me.
He substituted hell, H for
And I need to live into that. And I fell short. And man, I'm apologizing to my family, to you, to all involved in this situation. And
I really would like to know more. That's a very incomplete.
It seems like there's some holes in this story.
Oh yeah, he was working.
Yeah. So now listen, if he in there telling a girl the things I be doing to my wife, you don't even understand. Now that might be inappropriate. If he giving a play-by-play,
or he since they all know each other, she's trying to petition him for swinging.
I mean, but it just feels like something. This story is wildly incomplete.
So you can find out why that's a nigga.
This story is wildly incomplete, and I'm struggling to find.
There's a reason why it's wildly incomplete.
But then just make the announcement that we putting him on a leave of absence and don't bring him on the stage and let him say nothing. Why are you bringing him on the stage? Why is that necessary?
Oh well, you got to do that.
Why do you have to do that?
That's that they got to parade you before the people. The walk of shame.
Parade you? Parade? Is that the word?
She likes saying tomato.
We create words here. I don't know why y'all acting brand new.
You got to let it be.
It's the walk of shame. The walk of shame, just like they did the woman.
With the
Huh?
Is everybody gonna take that walk of shame?
When the affair was done, when the woman was, trying to stone her, they got to bring the pastor up front and say, "Go on, tell him."
That is the question, though. Is everybody gonna do that walk of shame?
Is everybody gonna take that walk of shame?
No.
Is everybody above reproach or just the pastor?
No, just too much is given, much is required. Just that person.
So the members don't have much to give.
Right. There's not going to be a weekly walk of shame for anyone else.
So our lives don't matter.
Right.
Just your money.
Only the pastor.
That's right.
Because what do you think about all this? Because he's paying a high price. Now they didn't. I guess they didn't fire him. Did they fire him?
No. Leave of absence.
Yeah, I ain't heard firing. Let me see it. Make sure.
All he has to do, go to a couple of prayer meetings, repent, be like old Jimmy Swagger. I have sinned before God. That's all.
Can I ask a question? If your pastor just got paraded around on church, paraded around on the stage at church, and everybody told you he did something inappropriate, how do you maintain respect for that dude?
Mr. Noah, that ain't shit.
If it ain't, then why are we having this conversation?
You got plenty parishioners, members that know their pastor is a hoe. And they say,
but
they know he's a hoe.
But that's my point. This dude, according to them, now either somebody's lying or what. But if they ain't got
no receipts yet. They got no receipts yet. They don't know.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like if he ain't done other than just the conversation, y'all have suspended this dude for a conversation.
You don't think they should?
I mean, are you innocent until you're proven guilty.
I don't know what he said in this conversation. They said
you're not innocent until proven guilty when you're in leadership.
Oh, I
Really?
stand corrected. I stand corrected.
Uh-oh.
He didn't. They gave him a leave of absence, but he's stepping down. He's decided to step down.
What city is this?
Fly now.
Okay, so y'all keep your eyes open. Next year, 2 years from now, he'll be in Colorado, pastoring the church.
An independent law firm found Pastor DMs violated church's internal social media policies.
Independent law firm? Did they get access to the account? Who saw the account and said this was violation? Other than that's mind blowing. That's mind blowing.
Wow. And y'all wonder why I don't go. Y'all always wonder why I don't go.
Oh my gosh. Help us, Lord. But you know, I started thinking about it when you said he's on leave or whatever. It sounds like the equivalent in the black church where they like he gonna sit down for a while. We sitting him down. You know.
I'm not saying if he did something inappropriate that he should not be quote unquote reprimanded, right?
What did he do?
I'm just saying to come up and as a member of this 15,000 attendee church. And by the way, this comes on the heels of this same church settling a 2019 lawsuit where one of his former children's ministers was accused of molesting an 11-year-old girl.
Uh-oh.
It's time y'all shut that church down.
There's a lot going on in this church. A lot going on.
There's a lot going on in every church.
A lot going on in every church.
That's facts. There's a lot going on in every, place of it. Ain't got to be in the house of worship.
And to Sean's point, how many people left Pastor Brian's church? He cheated on his wife. We don't leave in the black church.
Pastor Brian's church.
That's not true. That's not true. Well, what ends up happening, generally speaking, is the pastor gonna split the church, and half gonna go with him, and the other half gonna stay there, and they're gonna start a new church, but
a new work.
Yeah, because Pastor Bishop Bryant, when he cheated on his wife, I think she was pregnant with the twins. I'm not sure, but he once they decided that it was not gonna work after him being busted or whatever. He went to a whole nother city. Now he down in there at Eddie Long's church.
Is the price too high?
No.
Yes, the price is way too damn high.
Nah. Fuck that.
I'm talking about for all this.
No.
You say no. Why you say no?
Because the reality is, most of these people that are in these leadership positions, pastoral positions, CEO positions, most of these people are, I know you guys don't like this term, but they're type A personalities. They're ego driven. And as long as they're feeding the ego, the price is never too high for the ego.
Wow.
So you're saying the ego. Well, then that goes back to what we were saying earlier. If your ego says I gotta have this fame at all costs, you'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. You even pretend to be something you're not for your entire life.
Which means this.
Just to get the fame and fortune or the success, whatever it is. You got pastors walking around here all over this country pretending to their membership, their flock, that they don't cuss. That's a lie, and the truth ain't in them.
Sean makes a good point too. Maybe they are trying to get in front of it because they're about to be sued again. That's a good point. And you make a great point as well.
So does it goes back to that price of fame is still a personal choice. How much you're willing to do to hit that fame. You're still making the choice to do it.
A lot of people run and Cuz and Mama Noise will say, if all I got to do is X, Y, and Z. So full disclosure.
You gonna get naked? You get naked too today?
Cuz this is true story. It's true story.
Oh,
I got hired by a church that paid me very, very, very well. I mean, very well. And the pastor of said church, I was working with his youth department, and he wanted me to tell the youth that the way you should deal with homosexuals in America is you should fight. You should argue with them in the street with the same intensity and vitriol by which they come to you. Stand up for the gospel and fight for your Jesus. And I said, huh? That what you want me to say? Yes, you gotta tell them. We losing our babies, and we can't let them lose. We can't lose our babies. So you gotta tell them to stand up and fight fight against the enemy and the work of the enemy and this, that, and the other. I said, huh? I said, well, I've never seen anybody win anybody for Christ arguing with them about their lifestyle. Huh? So I'm just telling you, I've never seen it work.
uh-oh.
They let me go.
You didn't fit that narrative they want.
I wasn't willing to pay the price that he wanted me to pay.
Hell of a personal choice, huh?
You want me to lie to these kids and tell them that if they go out in the street and run to the college and jump in the face of somebody from the alphabet group, that's going to win them for Christ? I'm not going to lie. Why would I do that? Why would I lie to them like that? I could have and kept my job.
You'd have been miserable as hell in your job.
Well, and they also didn't want you to tell them, in addition to that, they want you to tell them the truth. You Lloyd is telling them, helping the kids understand how you got to be responsible online. Don't be sending naked pictures of yourself and stuff like that on your cell phone to people. And you need to understand that, it's just so much stuff that we're trying to tell them, trying to help educate them. A lot of the parents was like, in other words, as long as I pray for them, I keep my eyes closed, they're going to be all right. We saying you got to engage and you got to get involved. And
how important is an authentic life and peace of mind to your life's journey?
Say this again.
It's not that important.
How important is an authentic life and authenticity and a peace of mind to your life journey?
Well, peace of mind is important, but you can lie to yourself
and the world
about your authenticness. You can lie. You can convince yourself that what you're doing is not against your morals, is not against your values. And you can actually be okay with it because you've lied to yourself about it long enough.
Until
there may be a breaking point for some people, but for the vast majority of us, until we die.
See, I would not argue, but I would surmise or offer this to the conversation that at some point, and it's funny how this conversation has come full circle. I would argue that and surmise that at some point, the proverbial shit is going to hit the fan at some point. Like, you can lie to us for as long as you feel like we can, and most of us won't ever question you on it. But it's hard to keep that up for a long period of time.
There's a lot of preachers. Listen, I'm not being hard on ministers or preachers because Hell, I was raised in the church, and I love a good.
And you got your own church. You got your own church. Slide in.
I love a good sermon just like anybody else, but a lot of preachers. You ever seen those preachers that when you talk to them, they talk to you as if they're preaching right then and there all the time?
Absolutely.
I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about real preachers.
Make you want to choke the hell out of him every time you talk to him.
Yeah, exactly, because everything is in reverence or whatever, and that's a bunch of BS. Many people convince themselves of that, and they live their entire life, and they don't ever come to terms with who they really were. They live their life religiously, and religion does not get you into heaven.
But how is that any different than the girl who went and got her ass and breast done, and every picture that she got on Instagram is her over her food, on vacation? How is that any different? They live in the same lie because they think that lie is going to provide them with some life that the rest of us should be envious of. My point is
the almighty dollar.
Yes.
Ain't no motherfucking joke.
Okay.
Now, I said it that way for a reason, Mama Noise.
And we responded this way for a reason.
Damn.
Because we sugarcoat a whole lot. Sometimes you got to just come out and tell the truth. That almighty dollar ain't no motherfucking joke. People would do whatever it takes to get that money.
And the fame. I think the fame is as equally a powerful drug. I think fame has become as powerful as the opportunity to gain money. And man, when you combine the two, boy, you have created a monster.
Fame is almost more important than the money now.
Sometimes, man, for some of these folk, man, that like, follow, and subscribe means everything.
Right.
Life changing.
I mean, it means everything. If they don't get that, and what do I need to do to enhance my titties even more? Maybe I need to wear something more see-through. Maybe I need to hit a different angle. Maybe I've seen girls, y'all have seen them too. They be out and they be trying to find the angle. What's the best angle for this shot? Let me see if I get it over here. Let me get it over here. All because they know how that angle gives them fame and monetization. Woo, Anthony Bruce echoed what you said, that dream of a better life. Or the perception of the dream of a better life.
And you gotta think some of the fame doesn't even really, some people get the fame without the money, and it's the high of the fame that they're looking for.
Explain that, the high. What do you mean, the high?
Fame is a high. It can become a high.
Right.
Getting likes and people constantly hitting likes and subscribes. It's almost, it becomes addictive.
Right.
And it gives you a high. Oh, I hit 1 million today. I hit 100,000.
Or 1,000.
1,000. It's addictive.
It becomes very addictive.
Which is why I said it's a hell of a it's a drug. It's almost a drug as bad as it is, because people are working to get their next fix. How do I get to the next 2,000? How do I get to the next 1,000? What I got to do to get that?
Right.
Just like a heroin addict, what I got to do to get to the next fix?
Don't misunderstand me. I want our platform to grow. I do. I think we all do. I think all of us do. But I want it to grow because of the work that we're doing. And that the work is appreciated and honored by people who come in and listen and say, wow, this was really good, and I want to hear more of it. Kev on stage, shout out to him. He said something that was very interesting. He said, would you like to have 200,000 followers or 2 million followers or 2,000 people, 200,000 people who are who actively engage with you?
They actively engaged.
Because that's what he was saying. He said a lot of people have a lot of some people that have hit the like button and the follow button, and it looks like they got a lot of people that are really with them. But when you really look at what they're doing, they really haven't cracked the code. It just looks like they've cracked the code.
Well, then maybe Elon Musk was telling the truth when he was saying a whole lot of them things are bots. They're not really.
Well, we're not. No, but it may be legit people, Mama Noise. I'm not saying it's not legit people that have followed them. I'm saying everybody that is following you ain't really following you.
Some people, you see a pretty. It's like you see a pretty picture. You may hit like just because you saw a pretty picture.
That one time, right?
That one time. You scroll through, oh, that's a nice picture. Boop, like. People get off on that high. If I have 1,000 people who see this one picture and they say, oh, I like that, I'm going to put my next picture out. I'm going to put my next picture out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put my next picture out. Those people don't know you, don't care about you. They just happen to scroll through and see this pretty picture.
What is going on?
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. You said that like in front of all of us. We all heard it. So I'm just trying to understand. I think, man, this fame price is heavy. It's heavy. And I think it's I think it's a heavy hat to wear too long. And I think a lot of times folk crumble under the weight of it because it is so heavy. And eventually it becomes too much. Because you got to do, when you listen, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but as we get older, everything starts to move in a different direction. Right? Maybe it was holding strong east to west, or maybe even north a little bit. But as you get older, it seems like it all starts falling south. Gravity starts doing what it does. Next thing you know, you're a different person. Are you just going to keep paying to keep it up? Because fame means that much to you? Are you going to go ahead?
You keep buying heroin because it means so much to you?
Just saying.
A drug addict continues to buy their drug. Fame's the same way. You're going to keep fighting for your fame until at some point you're going to have to, until at some point in your life, you're going to say, I can't take this shit no more. I brought shit back, Mama. No, it's just
what if that pastor, I know that was funny. What if that pastor, the most of that conversation was, I'm sick of these fools at this church. I'm so sick of them, or whatever the case may be. Maybe it was no more complex than just him venting to what he thought was a friend. Now, should he have been venting to, I don't know that's the other part of this conversation that has not been discussed. I don't know the nature of the friendship. Like, was this just a random woman that he met at the church that he was having this conversation with? Was this a childhood friend that he's known all his life, and they've been cool forever, and that's his homie, and they just be talking like that? Or there's a lot of left out of this conversation. So when you start saying he has to be above reproach, what did he approach?
I feel like this is the type of reasons why, not to give them a out, but priests and people in ministry, they, you know, we try to put them so high up on a pedestal that it's not even.
Well, it's not even, but Mama Noise, what we created the mega church experience to be, Cuz says this all the time. What we've created the mega church experience to be now created this thing. So now, yeah, listen, let's be clear. They don't want those, whatever the conversation was, to get out. Not because they are afraid of what he said, but because they are afraid of what he said, how what he said could hurt the bottom line.
Right.
This is financial.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Because I'm just trying to understand. Unless he said in the conversation, I'm sick of these niggas that go to our church.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now I understand why you firing his ass. Because you definitely don't want that conversation out.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? This is to me, this says, because when you bring in an independent investigator,
Hey,
it's that serious that you have to bring in an independent investigator?
Yeah, it makes sound like you doing some
What
really
in the world?
You're doing some really shady stuff. You might be doing some book cooking. You're doing something pretty bad. You ain't gonna spend money on an investigator just because he might say, "Hey, I want to smack your ass."
We're launching an independent investigation. What? What is he laundering money?
I mean, listen.
Is it a hate crime? What is going on? So yeah, they fired him, or they suspended him, and he stepped down purely because this is financial. Because there's 15,000 members that go to that church, and if 8,000 got up and walked out the door tomorrow, church would be in a lot of trouble. That's what I'm talking about when it talks about the price of fame. We ain't gonna let you mess this money up for us, bro.
So that's the church's fame that you're messing with, not necessarily the pastor's fame.
Come on, preacher. Come on, Ron. You preaching now? You preaching, Ron? Now your stuff is starting to come out. You preaching. We're talking about the church's fame, Village Church, who's already has fame issues. If you got an investigation, you just settled an account on a little girl that was molested, 11-year-old girl that was molested by a children's worker. You already got fame issues. You already bleeding money. How many parents got up and walked out that church once they found out that one of the children's workers was molesting the kids?
Listen, that Hillsong effect.
That's all I'm saying. Fame. I'm going to
Fame's a nasty helper.
I just thought it would be an interesting conversation. I think Thursday we're gonna pivot though, because I got a video sent to me.
Oh no,
that kind of blew my mind a little bit, and I think we got to get into this conversation.
Do we need to watch the video first?
Yeah, we gonna watch the video. So I'm gonna put the video up. Matter of fact, let me do that now. Let me put the video up on the Noisemaker page right now, so everybody has access to it. And if you're not on Facebook or whatever, you watch my YouTube. I don't know. You can have to find me a way, and I have to send you the video. But I want us to watch the video and then have a conversation about this. And this is about, I'll tell you in advance, this one is about open relationships.
Oh.
God damn.
And this conversation is quite something. So there's no better podcast to talk. There's no better podcast to have a conversation about this conversation than ours. I can promise you that.
Open relationships. Tricky subject.
It is. It really is. I wish I could get the person that was in the conversation on our podcast on Thursday, but I don't think I can reach them that fast.
You know, Mama always work out miracles to get people on show.
She does. I'll leave it up to her if she can pull it off. That'd be awesome.
No pressure, Mama Noise. No pressure.
What happened?
He was trying to get you to get the lady that we talking about on the show for Thursday's conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if anybody get anybody on the show, Mama Noise always finds a way, and she'll get them on.
It is a fascinating conversation.
That will be a serious reach. I appreciate the confidence.
Yeah. Cuz, how you feel about open relationships?
Wait a minute. Okay.
What?
Right now? You ready to talk about it right now?
I'm asking real quick, just a little teaser. I'm just
There's
asking.
never anything about cuz it's real quick.
I'm waiting on him to respond to it real quick because something's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have nothing to say right now. I'm just going to wait for the show itself.
See, Mama, know you scared them off. Shame on you.
But I might as well be in an open relationship right now because ain't shit going on.
That ain't true.
I realized the other day my wife and I were talking. I realized we both fucked out.
Oh, shit.
So does she need somebody to step up or you need somebody to step up? Which is it?
Oh, anybody can come in. Ain't nothing gonna happen because she fucked out.
So neither y'all want neither. It's not that y'all looking to bring somebody in. Y'all just tired and want to break.
Man, please.
He said we need a break over here. All right.
You know, I couldn't imagine doing that, honestly. I value the privacy of the intimacy of the oneness of a relationship. That you're getting something that nobody else is. That you're able to see and touch and grab and fondle and lick and stick and woo.
Mama knows why you leave the screen. That was all true things he's saying.
Something that nobody else is able to. How do you turn around and share that most private, intimate thing with someone else?
I don't know. Mm-hmm.
If you're not in a relationship, I can see you doing threesomes. I mean, we suggest fucking. But if you're in a relationship, how do you share that?
I guess we'll find out on Thursday.
I mean, I don't want nobody else to know my wife passes gas in the middle of the night. I don't want nobody else to know that.
You just shared it with like 1,000 people.
Yeah, you kind of did. It's out there now. I'm not sure that was your intent, but it is out there now. Don't be an interesting conversation.
Coming cut you tomorrow, we understand why.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting conversation. And by the way, make sure you noisemakers, make sure y'all watch the video. I promise you, you'll be surprised at it, and it'll be interesting to you. So
Might be some
anyway,
shit you can get behind. Might be some shit you
yeah,
can get behind.
or not. You might be like, nah, I ain't doing that, fam.
You could be coming around. How about this is some bullshit?
I'll put it to you like this: you will probably walk away with a thought. Now it'll be interesting to see what that thought is. So there you go. We're tapping into our official picks on tomorrow for college and NFL.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, I got a definite prediction for those niggas.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what y'all prediction is for Saturday night. Can't wait to hear y'all with that bull y'all gonna come out with.
What, tomorrow?
Saturday night.
What's happening Saturday?
Ohio
the part 2?
No, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I can't wait to hear what y'all predictions gonna be. The bull y'all gonna come out with.
Well, now listen. I
on paper make it to the.
On paper, it look like Ohio State's gonna win. On paper.
On paper.
Games have never been won on paper, though.
Nope. And you got to support the new guy. You got to support the new guy, man.
Yeah. Games have never been won on paper. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But we'll be back here on this here podcast on Thursday. Mama Noise, you have anything? Did I forget anything?
Please like, follow, share, and subscribe.
Hilarious. We just told people about the likes, follow, and subscribe, and then you came back with it.
But hers is for a real reason why you need to.
It's a real reason.
Subscribe. Sure. Yeah.
Right. And
you're building a brain.
Please.
You're building a brand. You're not feeding a habit.
Right.
Please.
Ooh. Building a brand, not feeding a habit. I like that.
Hey. Okay.
You might need to go on a t-shirt.
Please, ma'am, please, sir, support your local favorite podcast of Talkin NOIZ Daily Podcast. There's our Cash App.
Let me
for donations of any size.
Let me also address what Sean said. Did I see the Manti Te'o? Yes.
Me too.
We got about 5 minutes. Have you seen it, cuz?
No.
I was going to wait till Black Friday to share my thoughts on it because I definitely should. I'll just wait. I'll wait. Sean,
to see it.
Sean, and everybody else watching this now and watching it later, please do me a favor and watch the Manti Te'o
Untold Story on
Netflix. Now, it's long.
It's real long.
I'll tell you it's long.
But
it was 2 hours.
Yeah. It's 2 episodes.
That's still 2 hours.
Yeah, okay.
And you could probably watch 1.5 hours and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is try to watch it because we're coming with spoilers on Friday. I got a lot to say about that. And I'm going to tell you something. One person I do know is a Christian. I'll just give you a sneaker alert. What's it called? Sneaker alert preview. Teaser. That's what I'm looking for. One person I do know is a Christian in the world today is Manti Te'o. He got to be a Christian. He got to be. Only Jesus, only the love of Jesus would compel you not to respond the way most of us would have responded.
Try Jesus. Don't try me.
That had to be Jesus.
Because I throw hands.
Woo. Ryan, would you agree?
Yeah, I thought. Well, you know me. I threw hands.
I mean, that was Jesus. The boy know Jesus. Now he know Jesus. He know him. That Paul is his personal and protective savior.
Yes, because you are definitely.
What is there, a movie or something about him or something?
It's a documentary called Untold.
On Netflix.
The girl who never was, who never existed. And if you know the story of Manti Te'o, you already know what it's about. but you don't know
till you actually hear it from him.
the other side, and you know him and the other side. And I'm telling you, it's worth the watch. Sean, I'm glad you brought that up.
What was the other side?
You gotta watch it.
I'm just saying, always trying to get it all out. Watch the video.
Here, we gotta tell cuz the other side. So to the rest of y'all enjoy your night, and we gotta talk to cuz about the other side. But we'll be back tomorrow for the 5, and then we'll be back Thursday to do it all over again.
All over.
Cuz here's what happened on the other side.
We're talking.